Hey folks, I'm going to show you how to make that lemon lime Italian ice that we call ice cream, but technically it's sorbet because I'm not going to actually use any cream. This is actually a spinach and lemon lime Italian ice that is so tasty, and it's so amazing what I put in the machine and then what actually comes out. So I'm going to show you a few things that you're going to need. First is you're going to need agave nectar. That's my sweetener of choice, but you can use whatever you want at home. If you want to use dates or figs or brown sugar or maple syrup, there's so many to choose from, but the one that I like to do is agave nectar. And you're also going to need some spinach. This is filled up to the 4-cup mark on my Pyrex, but it's like kind of a fluffy big handful, so I think it's about, well, it says 4 cups, so 4 cups of spinach, and then a ring of both lemon and lime. And you can see that I've left that outer zest on the outside of the lemon and the lime. So that's where we're going to get all the flavor, because we're not going to use very much. We're going to use just 1 ring of both lemon and lime. Let me cut up the other one. So, and I've made these about the size and the width of a poker chip. So that one's lime, this one's lemon. Now to measure the agave, you're going to need 4 tablespoons of agave. So the easiest way for you to do that though is rather than using a measuring cup, 1/4 of a cup, or 4 tablespoons, or you could even use a jigger at home. This is a 2-ounce jigger. You can use any of those, but what I like to do to eliminate those other dishes and just to eyeball it is I use the agave and I just squeeze it in. Here, I'll come closer to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to squeeze it in, and once it touches the bottom of the blade, I stop. So do you see that? Do you see how it's, there's a little bit of a glare. So, but once it touches the bottom of the blade, just squeeze in. You've got 4 ounces. Or 4 tablespoons. So, excuse me, I guess it's 2 ounces. 2 ounces, 4 tablespoons, or 1/4 of a cup if you want to technically measure it. But that's the easiest way. So, and that's what I do on demonstrations. So throw in your lemon and your lime, and then your spinach. And this is about a fluffy handful of spinach, about halfway up the container. It's a little bit too much. So about halfway up the container with spinach, and now the other half of the way up the container up with ice. And I'm going to use a full ice tray. On the demonstrations, we use ice that comes out of the bag, and it tends to be a little bit wetter. So depending on how cold your ice is, you might have to adjust your temperature, your measurements of your ice. So I'm going to turn it all the way up. Oh, if anyone didn't believe me, this is my 11-year-old 5000. You see how it says 5000 right there? This is an 11-year-old machine. So mine's an old one. So let me grab my tamper stick. You're definitely going to need your tamper stick for this recipe. So turn it up onto, turn it all the way up on the high. Okay, it doesn't take much longer than a minute. I didn't time myself, but I can see that this is nice and solid, so I'm going to do the Dairy Queen freeze test like we do on demonstrations. So look at that, it's not falling out, looks like gelato. So there you have it. And then the best way to get this out of your machine is to use a long spatula that's stiff on the end, not a rubber one, but a hard plastic one. And then to pull it out, kind of swirl it around, and then drag it down the spout. So that's what I do on demonstrations, is to get it out with the spout. So let me serve this up. I had a chilled dish in the freezer, cute little ice cream dish. And this made a ton. So you can call it ice cream, you can call it spinach ice cream, you can call it sorbet, you can call it Italian ice, you can call it slush, but look at that. Perfect. There's no bits of ice, there's no chunks of spinach. And it tastes so good. Your kids are going to love this. You're going to start freaking out over how much they like spinach. So thank you. There you have it, guys. Bye.